Akko released a new keyboard which resembles jade called the YU01. This new keyboard case is made out of resin which Akko has never done before. The keyboard I chose is the one with the white keycaps, which they call white jade, but there is another version with more of a beige colored keycaps called antique jade. This keyboard costs $130, and if you're looking for a 65% keyboard to add to your collection, this is the one. Inside the box you get the standard quick start guide which I had to use to change the lighting effects. If you're planning on using the VIA features, then there's also instructions for that in there as well. The keyboard also comes with a few accessories. I'll list them on the screen for you to see. I love it when companies provide extra switches in the box just in case. Akko provided 5, which really eases the stress if you're modding, especially on your first time. So now let's take a look at the keyboard. It comes with a dust cover, which I like to joke about it being a crumb cover too because some of us like to snack at our desk. Nothing like a bag of chips at the desk, am I right? Anyway, I wasn't too sure if I liked the antique color more or the white, but seeing the white in person kind of confirms that I like the white more. The white looks like little ice cubes, and I'm pretty sure the RGB shines better through the whites than the beige ones too. After holding the keyboard in my hand, I must say it feels really expensive. The resin has a nice smooth finish to it, very similar to jade. The keycaps shine just as much as the case, which makes the whole thing just glow. I'm pretty sure if you had this keyboard on your desk, people will be asking about it because it's so unique, almost like a collector's item to be honest. This keyboard kind of reminds me of my clear TK68, except it's built with resin instead of acrylic, which I think this one feels better finish-wise, and it definitely was made with more attention to detail. On the outside they kept it very minimal with no buttons or switches. Where is the mode switch, you may ask? Well, it's under the caps lock button, which I will get into later. The only one thing I wish this case didn't have is this massive product label. Maybe it could have been smaller, simpler, or even like engraved nicely. I think for a good priced but expensive looking keyboard, that would have topped it for me. But then you see this gold trimmed USB port and think, well, this keyboard is nice though. I'm telling you, the finishes on this keyboard are nice. Okay, so the keycaps in this keyboard are transparent, so the LED lights shine through very well. Here are the details of the keycaps. Like I mentioned earlier, the mode switch is under the caps lock key. Let me show you how bright this keyboard can get. It honestly gets really bright. I had it on my desk for a minute just staring at it and I realized that it's the brightest thing in my room. The good thing is that you can adjust the light settings to different modes, brighter or dimmer or even off if you prefer it that way. Even while editing this video, I'm shocked at how bright this keyboard can get. I'm not joking, I was staring for so long because it's been a long while since I had my hands on a literal glowing keyboard. In the next few clips, I will be showing you some examples of the RGB that comes preloaded on the keyboard. You do also have the option to use the VIA keyboard software to customize even more effects and colors as well. One thing to add is that these switches are special in the sense that they have a bigger LED window to let light shine through, even more than the regular switches do. So if you're planning on switching the switches, try to grab ones that are fully transparent or have a bigger window to get the full brightness. I will be taking off the keycaps to show you exactly what these switches look like and why they are special to this keyboard. The normal V3 Piano Pro switches are black and white and don't have that frosted window on the south side of the switch. When they made these white with the window, the light becomes more reflective and bright. So if you do decide on switching your switches, then keep that in mind. Here's an example of the light shining through these without the keycaps. As you can see, it's very bright. And honestly, I like the sound of the Piano Pros in this board, so I won't be switching them out. This keyboard is tray mounted, but I don't find that a big deal for me since the overall sound sounds pretty good. But that also makes opening this keyboard very simple. Just unscrew the screws from the top and that's it. At first I had a tough time getting the components out because it's fitted so well, but I found the trick. Turn the keyboard over and gravity will help you. Just be careful and not let the whole thing follow because the cables are still attached and the whole thing is kind of fragile. This keyboard has a 3750 mAh battery for use during wireless mode, and you can find it hidden at the bottom of the case once the components are removed. So let's get into the components of this keyboard. I'll have the components listed on the screen. Once we finish the components, there will be a sound test at the end of the video. Thanks for watching and don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments.